the actual awakening, or the what we call the penetration, is we need to see this process as they really are. This actually is. So there is no way we can be awakened to this to Four Noble Truth without understanding the mechanism. And what is that mechanism? That mechanism is the awakening to the process of dependent arising. And that's precisely what I read earlier, the first sutta in the Bodhibhaga in Udana, that's precisely how Buddha was able to smash the veil of ignorance. He was able to penetrate that and be free from the veil of ignorance. So he said that what is what is the actual mechanism is that all you need to do is to let go of that ignorance. So and once you let go of ignorance, that will let go of the formation. The formation ceases, then it will cease the consciousness, and consciousness ceases, then Namarupa ceases, and so on. So this is the process. So dependent origination is like a is as what's universal, or is as kind of say ubiquitous as like the law of gravity, or we can call it the law of call it entropy, or whichever law you believe in physics. Although physics is the foundation of physics is crumbling, and there is no such thing called no immutable laws in physics. Even the speed of light is under question now. Is that nobody is able to ascertain that there is such an immutable law in even in physics. So, but this law of dependent arising is like a immutable law of our experience. So we see that one who sees this sort of the arising and ceasing of the links of dependent origination, it will awaken us to this the truth, that is, whatever we have been dreaming, or whatever we have been sleeping, we are in such a trillions and trillions of years of slumber that we have not even been knowing that there is a way out of all these repeated aging and death and all this sorrow lamentation. Is actually, these are all mind made. These are all fabricated. These things are actually mind made. This is what all boils down to, according to the discovery by the Buddha. We are our own worst enemy. We created this mess, and it is because of this mess we are in the samsara forever, and we have not been able to get out. Because of this sort of mess, we are entangled. We are kind of been stuck in this tangle of constantly being subject to arising and ceasing. So arising and ceasing. So what you see is that as I mentioned, these links of dependent origination, they have the nature of arising and ceasing. So in everyday life and you can see this arising and ceasing everywhere. I mean, it doesn't take in a very kind of in a sharp mind or meditation to realize this. Is in a kind of you can, even a small 5 years old child can understand that the bodily feeling arises, pain arises, and after some time you put some cream or something and it goes away. Knows that. But there's some sort of something that need to strike our mind to be able to awaken to this truth of rising and ceasing. So this is a kind of a, in the very rudimentary form, one can become a Sotapanna by just understanding this fact, is that anything in our awareness have got the nature of arising and ceasing. Take for example this body. Body arises, body grows, and body ceases. This is one arising and ceasing. Take feeling. It's the feeling arises, it grows, and it ceases. That's it. Look at perception. Perception also arises, it grows, and it ceases. And in the formation arises, stays, and it ceases. Consciousness arises and ceases. So these five aggregates, they are in constant arising and ceasing. So we need the Buddha to come to the earth and tell us that these sort of phenomena do arise and cease. They have nothing in their kind of core that can sustain them and keep them in arising state forever. There is nothing can do that. Even physics or some sort of Einstein or any kind of NASA or something, they cannot keep that atoms from decaying. There is nobody has been able to do that. So this is the fundamental fact that in arising, anything that arises has to cease, and this is the fundamental truth that gives us some sort of glimpse of awakening. And that I'll read a bit later, or that's how one of the bhikkhu become awakened.